Hey Masked Singer fans, what's going on? Joey Contino here, and let's just say last night's episode was just fantastic. I had so much fun, it being the Y2K/2000s night. Weird to say 2000s night. It doesn't roll off as night, it's Y2K night. And there was a lot of callbacks to things that I had when I was a kid. Like even Nicole making a joke about, I just took a photo and I'll go to the 1 hour photo place. Because, you know, younger generations may not understand that today we could just take a photo and share it and do whatever you have to. But back then, we had to go get a camera and take a picture and then bring that roll to a place. Even then, even when you had, say, even the card, because that came out in the thousands as well, you had to go there and you would have to wait an hour to get it printed, and you would sit like out in your car and hang out. Remember, this before like iPhones were really happening. So you would just talk and hang out or go for a walk and then go back and grab your photos. I don't know. It was such a fun episode, and I loved all of the little callbacks. I mean, we had The Office. I mean, all right. We'll save her for later because she was funny. She was funny. We had Lance on. We had Jewel. It was such a fun episode. I really hope they bring back Y2K theme for next year. That being said, you do know Pickle was revealed last night. Was revealed to be Michael. We got it right. Did you get it right? Let me know in the comment section. But let's go through the clues and the pitch correct audio. These clues have really... If you can't tell who's under the mask after this episode of Clues, then I don't know what to tell you. Some of these clues were so like you can Google it and figure it out within seconds while watching the show. So let's start off with Gazelle because she's winning Group A, right? Though, I have to say, the cow killed it. He was, oh my gosh, cry me a river. Oh, that's another great song, by the way. All right, so the deer. The deer's clue package was kind of upsetting. She talked about how deers are very meaningful to her because it's a symbol of someone that she lost. Just weeks before her wedding, she lost someone very important. She mentioned him, so we're assuming it's her father. She said, we somehow carried on with the wedding, but it was all blur, except during our vows when suddenly rain started pouring down on us. I mean, it's really sad, but I do have to say, those clues do point to a certain person. That being said, we have visual clues, a mouse, maybe someone who does something with Disney. Yes, Robin's saying that. A bouquet of pink flowers, a dog tag that says Masked Singer Season 10 Private Identity, which could mean, as Jenny said, someone who maybe was in some kind of military movie. And then it was time for the DVD clue, which I thought was hilarious because for a second I forgot about DVDs because, I mean, computers don't even have slots for DVDs anymore. So I just went DVD. I started laughing hysterically because I still have like all my Harry Potters on DVD. And if you know, you know. Her extra clue, it was called, her DVD was Gazellez Love Story, and it says the 2000s are a special time for me because it's when I had my film debut. So you got 10 years to kind of figure out in there which film she's talking about. The pitch correct audio we'll save for the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. Next was the s'more, or as Nick said, it's time for s'more clues. I love this costume, and the play on words is great. He said, the 2000s, my decade, baby, hanging out in the set of TRL, which for those who don't know, Google it. It's insane to think there's going to be a generation of kids who don't know what TRL is. Like, how else did you find new music back then, right? Unless you listen to the radio at 6 in the morning where they went, here's the new music that was released last night. He said that MTV played his music, and it was the birth of his child that decade. He says learning to be a dad while touring the world was intense, and he learned that he wanted his child to have a constant support in his life, so he took a step back from performing. We saw a lot of good special clues. Visual clues was Carson Daly, big clue. Blue sunglasses, a tour bus for 2005 Roasted Tour. There's a clue. And then we saw a can of hairspray, which... If you joined us for the Masked Singer pre-show live stream yesterday, that can of hairspray, I mean, pointed directly on who it is. And it's someone that, of course, everyone had guessed before. Now, when it came for the clue, we saw a map of the U.S. And it said, S'mores Bro Tour 2000. Bros? So we toured with a group of people? Come on, you know who this is, right? Like, we don't... I could do a reveal video later on, but These clues are screaming on who it is. And he says, 2000s were a busy time for me. I was busy touring with my bros. Boy band. Come on, you know who it is. All right, next is the cow who, man, cry me a river. I'm telling, I can't. He was so good. I really hope that when they do the ding dong leave it on bell and they keep one person, it's gonna be the cow. But I don't think cow would win it all. Gazelle was kind of running at it. Remember, there's also still another 10 contestants we haven't even heard from yet. The season's still early, and yet there's so much talent on this show. I know. Except for Pickle Pickle. We knew he was going to be revealed. I can't. Pickle! I know. I told my wife about the episode, and that's how we're going to do it. And she just looked at me and she goes, I know, you love to have fun. She goes, but that's the craziest thing ever. And I go, really? Is that the craziest thing on this show? Because I don't think so. We've seen a lot of crazy things on this show. Anyway, when it comes to the cow, he says, I feel absolutely psyched to be here for 2000s night because that's a decade that started it all for me. So, a lot of things happen in that decade for these characters. He said that he and his friends would pack up a van and go to Capitol Records, which is a beautiful building in Hollywood. Is it Sunset Boulevard? Right over there. It's down the street from the theaters and the Walk of Fame and all that other stuff. They performed the parking lot on the van. Eventually we get kicked off, but they did that every day. And now their picture hangs in that building, which means this person is very talented. Though I do have to say, if I go to Capitol Records, I'm going to bring a little photo of myself to kind of like tack up on the wall just so I can say the same thing. Does that count? Right? It's like the people who go to Crackle Barrel and bring a framed photo of yourself and hang it up. Like, does that count? I feel like it would. He talked about that one thing's for sure, that Cal isn't coming home anytime soon because he thinks he's going to continue on The Masked Singer, which I kind of agree. Visual clues, a newspaper that said the Daily Moves with the headline, Dairy Today International Ooze. A scrapbook of a picture of a cow and a green van, a gavel and a picture of the Capitol Records building, and a birthday cake with one candle on it. That's actually a clue. It's a good clue. If you know, you know. His 2000s clue was a banner for the musical. I made that more Halloween-y, mostly because I just put up my Halloween decorations. There's a bat here and there and the purple lights, and I did a whole graveyard outside of my house, which looks kind of cool. I'll share that with you in another video because Halloween is still about a half a month away. He said the 2000s were really, really good to me, so much, in fact, I got a star in a musical. It's clever. There's a lot of clever puns this season. Right? A lot of good dad jokes. That being said, it's time for the pitch correct audio. We're going to take the original audio that was given to us during those clue packages, which is the real celebrity voice. We're going to slow them down and pitch correct it. That way you can hear the real celebrity voice. That being said, I'm going to play it for you, but I'm not going to lie. The cow does not sound right. It kind of is what it is. We'll have to do more of it later on. No? Anyway, here you go.
I have to tell you, the first time I saw it, I started crying.
I have to tell you, the first time I saw it, I started crying. Deer are really meaningful to me because they are a symbol of someone I loved and lost. It happened just a few weeks before my wedding.
Boy, you guys keep wanting s'more of me, don't you? I'm just so stoked to still be here on 2000s night.
Boy, you guys keep wanting s'more of me, don't you? I'm just so stoked to still be here on 2000s night. My decade, baby. Hanging out on the set of TRL, my music videos playing on MTV, and most importantly, the birth of my child.
2000s night because that's the decade it all started for me.
2000s night because that's the decade it all started for me. My friends and I decided to pack up a van and head to the Capitol Records building in Hollywood, determined to get a record deal.
So there you guys go. In the comment section, I want you to go ahead and put cow dash, whoever you think it is, s'more dash, whoever you think it is, gazelle dash, whoever you think it is, and let me know who you want me to reveal tomorrow. If you haven't done so yet, please subscribe, turn on notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. I'm Joey. I'll see you later. Bye.